The third 30-point game of the season. And an enemy territory gets this kind of salute as she exits.
Caitlin Clark's incredible 31-point performance in a hostile environment left fans buzzing. But her career high wasn't just about the points. She battled through 2 flagrant fouls, an intensity that had fans and analysts asking if this was the breaking point in her rivalry with Angel Reese. Reese, sidelined after a wrist injury, became part of the conversation, fueling the drama. But was this simply a coincidence, or was it the start of something much bigger? Let's take a deeper look at how 2 of basketball's brightest young stars navigated their careers, from college to the pros, and how their rivalry became a defining story in women's basketball.
And she has elevated her level of play to a point. There is no debate. I understand Angel Reese has been doing a thing with the double-doubles, like 24 straight double-doubles and all this. Major props to her, and she deserves, she's going to be number 2. But Caitlin Clark going to win Rookie.
The sparks between Clark and Reese first flew on the college courts. Their matchups became legendary, from Reese's trash talk to Clark's ice-cold stare. Who could forget Reese pointing to her ring finger, or Clark's famous, "you can't see me" gesture? It was clear, these two were about more than just basketball, they were rewriting the script. The 2023 national championship sealed Reese's LSU team as the victor over Clark's Iowa squad, but this was far from the end. As the WNBA draft approached, all eyes were on what would happen next. Caitlin Clark, the sharpshooting, pass-first playmaker, was selected first overall by the Indiana Fever. Angel Reese, with her physical play and rebounding skills, landed with the Chicago Sky as the 7th pick. Both rookies brought a level of excitement to the WNBA that had fans talking, and the stage was set for an intense rivalry to continue. From college stars to WNBA sensations. As they made the jump to the pros, expectations reached new heights. Their contrasting playing styles, Clark's finesse and vision, Reese's physicality and toughness, created an intriguing dynamic. Fans couldn't wait to see how these two would adapt to the next level of competition. But what no one anticipated was the drama that would unfold on the court. It all came to a head in a heated June 1st matchup between the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky. In an intense moment, Chendi Carter of the Sky committed a hard foul on Caitlin Clark. While Clark got back on her feet, Reese, watching from the bench, was caught clapping, seemingly in approval of the aggressive play against her former college rival. That moment was a turning point, as it highlighted the stark contrast between Clark's graceful style and the Sky's rough-and-tumble approach. The incident that sparked controversy. Then, on June 16th, the tension reached its peak. In a critical moment of the game, Reese attempted to block Clark's shot but ended up hitting her in the head. The officials reviewed the play, upgrading it to a flagrant foul. Reese defended her actions, calling it a basketball play, but the impact was undeniable. The media and fans now questioned whether these physical encounters were crossing a line. Despite this, Clark kept her composure. She continued to excel, leading her team to victory, while Reese's aggressive style started to draw criticism. What had once been seen as part of the competitive fire now became a point of debate. Was it too much?
I believe to Angel Reese. Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor to
Throughout the growing tension, Caitlin Clark's ability to perform under pressure made her even more of a fan favorite. Her resilience, in the face of harsh fouls and growing scrutiny, earned her widespread respect. On the other hand, Angel Reese, known for her physicality, began facing more and more pushback from fans and analysts, questioning whether her hard-nosed approach was taking the competition too far. The bigger picture, shaping the future of basketball. This rivalry, full of both on-court battles and off-court controversy, has become a defining story in women's basketball. It's not just about two players, it's about how contrasting styles of play shape the future of the game. As both players continue to push boundaries, one thing is clear, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are
give her landing space.
It doesn't look like she does to me, and the actual call of that is a reckless.
As the season unfolded, Caitlin Clark's status as a fan favorite only grew stronger. Her style of play, defined by skill, vision, and sportsmanship, stood in stark contrast to the aggressive tactics employed by some opponents. With each challenge, Clark's reputation as a composed and capable leader soared. But these early confrontations were more than just bumps in the road, they were reshaping the narrative surrounding both Clark and Angel Reese, pushing the league to address the delicate balance between fierce competition and player safety. The incidents involving Clark and Reese weren't isolated, they were part of a larger conversation about the future of women's basketball. The physicality and growing tension on the court had everyone asking, what does it mean to compete at this level? These questions were no longer just about two players, they were about the evolution of the game itself. Clips.
In my mind is I need to make these 2 free throws. That's all I'm thinking about. It's just a part of basketball. It is what it is. Just trying to make a play on the ball and get the block. But yeah.
Stakes were high as the Indiana Fever faced off against the Chicago Sky on August 30th in what would become one of the most anticipated games of the season. The previous matchups between these teams had been marked by controversy and physical play, but this one felt different. It was the final regular season meeting between the two, and playoff positioning was on the line. Indiana had won 2 out of the last 3 games, but the Sky were determined to keep the pressure on. From the start, it was clear that Chicago hadn't abandoned their aggressive approach. Clark found herself constantly targeted, hard screens and tight defense were a given. But rather than buckle under the pressure, she thrived. Her first 3-pointer silenced the hostile crowd and ignited the Fever's faithful. As the game went on, her impact only grew. She threaded passes through impossibly tight windows, finding teammates with remarkable precision. Her court vision was sharper than ever, and she seemed to be everywhere at once.
I hurt my wrist. I'm out for the season. I fell on my hand when I got the hand one. When I fell back, fell on my hand, and it is a small crack in my bone.
But it wasn't just her passing that stood out. Clark was in full scoring mode. Midway through the second quarter, things escalated quickly. Michaela Onyenware, in an attempt to stop Clark, didn't quite give her enough space to land, an illegal move that sent Clark crashing to the floor. The referees called it a flagrant foul, and the crowd held its breath. Would this be the moment that broke her composure? Instead, Clark calmly sank both free throws and scored again on the next possession, proving that she wouldn't let the aggressive play get to her. The third quarter saw more of the same. Clark's relentless attack kept the Sky's defense scrambling. She mixed drives to the basket with deep 3-pointers, and with each made shot, the energy in the arena surged. Fans who had come expecting a showdown were instead witnessing a masterclass in basketball.
It's obviously definitely sad anytime you see anybody go down with an injury, especially people that you came into this league with, whether it was Cam, whether it was Angel, and especially Angel. You want to see her finish out this year. Obviously, she's had a historic year, and she's done some incredible things.
The Sky weren't done yet. In a play that would be replayed for weeks to come, Clark stole the ball, only to be knocked down hard by Diamond DeShields. Another flagrant foul. As the officials reviewed the play, an eye-opening statistic came to light: 77% of all flagrant fouls in the league had been committed against Clark, and 80% of those came from the Chicago Sky. Many players would have crumbled under such relentless physical play. Not Clark. In the fourth quarter, she put on a show for the ages: crossovers, step-back threes, no-look passes. It was clear, this wasn't just another good game. This was a career-defining performance.
For me, getting to play against her, her motor is up there, if not the best in the league. She just doesn't stop working. So, congratulations to her. I thought she had a tremendous year. And I thought she came to the league and really did what she's done well her entire career as long as I've known her. So it's definitely devastating. That's never anything you want to see.
Final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard told the story: Indiana Fever 100, Chicago Sky 81. Clark's stat line was historic: 31 points, 12 assists, and 4 rebounds. She shot 8 for 14 from the field, including a blazing 5 for 9 from beyond the arc. Despite facing aggressive defense and questionable tactics, Clark had delivered the best performance of her career. In the post-game press conference, her composure was just as impressive as her on-court brilliance. When asked about the physical nature of the game, Clark simply said, "It's just part of basketball." This statement reflected not only her mental toughness but also her professionalism. Clark had risen above the challenges in front of her and showed everyone what true resilience looks like.
The third 30-point game of the season, and an enemy territory gets this kind of salute as she exits.
The contrast between Clark and her opponents. What was most striking about this game was the contrast between Clark's approach and the aggressive tactics aimed at her. Where some saw intimidation, Clark saw opportunity. She showed that no matter how hard the game gets, the true champions are those who can maintain composure and stay focused on what they do best. As the season continued, it was clear, Caitlin Clark was not only surviving the challenges, she was defining a new era of basketball.
WNBA, because if Patrick Mahomes is the marquee attraction in the NFL, nobody a bigger attraction than...
While her opponents relied on physicality and intimidation, Caitlin Clark let her game do the talking. Her ability to stay focused and excel under pressure not only secured a crucial victory for the Indiana Fever, but it also sent a powerful message across the entire WNBA. Clark wasn't just playing the game, she was redefining what it means to be a professional basketball player. As the season progressed, Clark's message reverberated throughout the league, but an unexpected announcement would shift the narrative completely. How would the sudden absence of a key player reshape the landscape of the season and fan perceptions of the league?